Hello, survivors. The world of Zealand, Las Vegas is dark, brutal, and unforgiving as it is set during the zombie apocalypse that threatens to wipe out the human race. The content will be graphic and violent in nature, so be prepared. We return now to Zealand, Las Vegas to see how our group of survivors faces this dark new existence.
Hello survivors and welcome back to Zealand, Las Vegas. I'm joined tonight by Dakota,
Hello.
Mitch, Chris,
Present.
Colin,
Hello.
and Gabe via the wonders of the internet.
Oh.
And Matt still not with us. He should be here for the next session.
Dead to us.
When we last left off, Dakota and Chris had barricaded themselves inside of a two-story building. They were trying to improvise some weapons. Dakota had managed to find a bottle of bleach. There was a little bit left in it. And Chris had managed to thoroughly fuck up his kitchen knife trying to make a spear. But he has a quarterstaff with a slightly whittled end. Mitch, Colin, Gabe, and Matt had done a good job of losing a horde of zombies. Mitch having a close encounter of the flame kind with a hot date. It was actually a very, very interesting encounter.
The hottest
of hot dates. It was the first time I got to use a GM intrusion. He earned a sigil, which he then used in the combat round, but it was actually a lot of fun.
It was pretty lit.
It was fun. It was lit. Damn.
I forget the song. Gabe might remember, but the music video is like a guy on a phone, and he's just going, "I'd like to speak to a very hot." That's it. But you don't hear him say it. You just see the words, "I'd like to speak to a very hot."
I was thinking "Hot in Here" by Nelly. But they managed to lose the horde of zombies they picked up around the helicopter crash site. And driving along, Mitch noticed a familiar vehicle off to the left-hand side. A vehicle belonging to a fellow D&D enthusiast, Dakota. Ironically enough, happens to be somewhere around where the rest of the group is lodged here, around Mount Charleston. And they are currently holed up in a house, which is being patrolled by 4 zombies. 3 of the slow, lifeless zombies, and 1 of the infected screamer zombies. Upon the arrival of the vehicles, the zombies all started making a beeline for the convoy. And that's where we're going to pick back up. The convoy itself is still right about here and is still moving. Mitch and Matt actually both having noticed that Dakota's vehicle is parked off to the left in front of his house. And that's where we're going to pick back up on this episode of Zealand, Las Vegas.
Gabe, turn in here.
So turning in, you all see the 4 zombies. The 1 fast zombie screaming, running towards your car, and 3 slower ones shambling towards you. You see the Jeep is parked up right in front of the house. Turned out so that it can make a quick exit towards the road. You don't see anything else from the house from this distance.
Okay.
Because you're just now turning into the driveway.
So you see us turn.
I follow suit.
I will plant a hand. So I'm sitting in the middle seat as I have pantomime my.
Yep.
I plant a hand on each seat and plant my feet, knees against the seats, and I just tell Gabe, "Stop after you hit it."
All right. So Gabe.
Well, I'm gonna use sigil to up my drive.
So the drive checks are going to come after you hit them. So the question is, do you accelerate or do you continue at the current speed?
Which we're back on the road, so how fast?
All right, so they're moving out to meet you, turning from the road to meet them. Let's say you meet about there. You got about 200 feet to accelerate.
Pretty fast in 200 feet.
I mean, you don't have to go full on. But you can. You got 200 feet to accelerate. And I don't know what Mitch's vehicle's capacity for acceleration is over 200 feet, but fast enough to bounce a zombie. So again,
just don't go too fast that he ends up eating his knees.
There's one fast one, so it's gonna meet you well before the other ones because it's sprinting full on at your vehicles. And then there's the 3 slower ones. So
So if I go 40 miles an hour and he's going at max speed, it'll be a good 50 miles an hour when he hits the front of the vehicle.
Sounds about right.
It's Gabe math. Trust it.
Let's do that.
I don't doubt Gabe's math. So you're doing that?
Yeah.
It's like Michael Jordan Space Jam.
All right, give me a drive check real quick. It's flat drive.
Again, I'm using a sigil.
Okay.
So that's
That
what.
put me at 55. I got 50.
So at the last second,
My boy.
right before impact, you see it lunge out as if it was trying to spear itself through the windshield of your car. But at the last second, you gun it. You just find that last little shred of speed. And instead of clearing the hood, you feel and hear the sickening crunch against the grill front bumper of Mitch's car as it spears itself out and just catches the brunt of the impact just straight along the neck and spine. And you hear and feel the thud as it goes under both the front and the back of the car. Colin, in the chase vehicle, you see Gabe heading towards the zombie. You see the zombie coming up from underneath Gabe's car in a crumpled mess, and now you're heading towards it.
Oh, I'm gonna hit it, but then I'm gonna try and hit it again.
Okay.
And then as soon as I hit it, I'm gonna try and go to the side.
Okay.
Because obviously we're approaching a building.
Yeah.
So.
And after he hits it, I'm like, stop.
Oh no, not. Yeah.
No, sorry, Gabe.
Oh yeah.
So they, on the map, they make the impact right about here, about 2/3 of the way up the driveway. Let me zoom in a little bit more so the house itself.
As soon as I crunch it, I'm gonna start slowing my vehicle down, and I'm actually gonna try and turn around so I can be facing for a quick escape.
You make the impact right about here. You both kind of go thumb.
Do I need to make a drive check?
Yes, drive check. Just flat.
Or my specialty, my like evasive. Oh, they're the same.
This is
Never
just to
mind.
maintain control of the vehicle after hitting a person.
I rolled a 47 and I have a 51, so
Nice.
yes.
Easily
Good
maintained.
job, guys.
Easily maintained. Now,
Yeah, try more often, Gabe.
you see Dakota's Jeep is parked right about here, just as close to the front door as she can make it.
Mm-hmm.
The lifeless zombies at this point are. They were kind of just meandering all about. There's one coming from the area of what looks to be a garage, one from near her Jeep, and one from the other side. So they're not converged yet, but they're coming from 3 different angles towards your vehicle. All right, so now you are looking out the window, and you see this. You see, hey, there's some vehicles. Hey, they're coming this way. Holy shit! They just ran over the one that scared the screamer.
Okay. Well, when I'm noticing that the zombies are diverting away from Dakota's car, I'd probably go, Dakota. The zombies are moving. Let's go.
So y'all start making your way down the stairs, and you start chucking furniture out of the way. You use like I said, like bookshelves, chairs, stuff like that. Between the two of you, it takes maybe a minute to clear the stairs, and you're not like trying to be quiet. You're just literally chucking shit over the side of the staircase.
Okay.
Alright, so back out to the drivers. Gabe, you're still in the lead vehicle. You have 3 different zombies coming at you from 3 different directions. So feasibly, you could probably still hit one, but the other 2 you wouldn't be able to get with a clear line of sight.
And I have said stop.
Sure.
I'm gonna do a perception. Alright, enhanced sight to see if there's any others shambling around further down the road.
Okay, go ahead. Just flat, because you're driving, so it's going to kind of require some of your concentration.
Yeah, I'm just trying. 56. That's right. Passed with a 23.
Okay. So you look around and quick look around in the rearview mirrors and look at what you can see past the building and around. You don't see any other figures coming your way. You see the 3 in your rear view. You see the ambulance, and then you see the 3 slowly converging on your vehicle. Did you stop or no?
Yes.
So you stop, and Matt pulls out his cast iron skillet. He says, "Time to go." And Bravo 6 going dark. It says, "Time to go quiet."
Pop open the seatbelt, slide out, and I'll draw the claymore.
Okay. So they're parked. Gabe, you stopped. Did you want to get out too, Gabe, or are you gonna stay with the vehicle? Matt pops out with the cast iron skillet.
We've got plenty of melee weapons in the car, as you know, as well.
He has his aluminum baseball bat, like
He
that's
does.
handy.
Do you happen to have any additional melee weapons, like a bat or something?
Well, we've got I assume we threw a couple of the axes into this one too, along with at least a Halligan, and we still have my kendo sword and my other long sword.
Someone has a sword fetish.
Do you mind if I use the sword?
Which one? The
long
the
sword.
long sword? Yeah, that'd be in the car.
So once we start, like basically once you pop out, we're gonna start combat action. So part of it's gonna
never
be
mind.
So
Yeah.
it's like part of it's gonna be them getting to you.
Yep.
You could take an action to go get it out of the vehicle.
Hatchet, K-bar.
So you have popped out. Colin, what are your intents? Are you gonna stop and pop out?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So you're parked up.
Like as soon as they pulled up, I pulled up right next to them and parked.
All right. So all this happened. You two have cleared the steps.
Okay.
So now when combat starts, the way it works, it's based on athletics score. So the lifeless zombies have an athletics score of 10. Not super great. So the way it works is you go based on athletic score.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not, so let's say Colin has a higher athletic score than you do. That doesn't matter. It's a player character slot. So you all can choose when you go. It's like player character, player character, player character, NPC, NPC. So everyone is going to go before the 3 zombies.
Mm-hmm.
They are still closing. So in one round, you could essentially get to them, or they could get to you. So one round would be movement, based on how far they are away. The second round would be combat. Now, if you move to them, they would be able to then make an attack on you on their turn. Because you did stop, you stopped short, and they were still transiting to you. Or you could wait for them to come to you. It depends on how you guys want to do it. So we will start combat rounds, and it will be all player characters and then the 3 zombies based on athletic score. So you have 6 player character slots. You all can decide amongst yourselves what you do with those turns and who goes in what order. So your turns will be spent essentially getting down the stairs and out the door. And then in the next round, you would be able to make it to the combat.
I glance over at the runner. Okay.
He's not moving.
Okay.
He's just a squidge on the
Yeah, I would give a quick glance, see it's a puddle.
He got hit by an SUV and an ambulance in quick succession.
And after your glance, if you look past me, I just look at you, shit-eating grin and wink.
So you said they're kind of coming at us from.
So
they're not like a small group. There's they're a little spread out.
Yeah. So there's one that's coming from the garage area. There's one coming from kind of where Dakota's Jeep was, and there's one coming from this way. So they're converging on Gabe's SUV towards that direction because it's the closest stimuli.
All right.
But they're currently spread out, moving, which you would assume is towards that central focus area.
All right. So taking the quick assessment, Dakota's car, house, they were in front of it. I know that they're trapped inside, essentially. I saw myself getting out on the driver's side. I would start walking kind of like a extended path, not towards the zombie, but kind of like sidelong along that left road.
So towards this one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Holding the sword up and kind of shouting at them, like, come on, like,
okay,
trying to draw them in.
So you do that, and you see that the one that was coming from this side has definitely snapped its attention towards you, and it starts to turn towards you. I'll
defensively take my steps and wait for him to get in close.
Okay.
But before.
Okay. So that's your. That leaves everybody else. Again, you will choose who goes in what spot, and then you take whatever action you.
So since I parked to the left of you guys, I'll just say to you, it's like I got the one on the left.
That's the one Mitch is.
That's the one that I just like called at me.
Well, shit. All right.
So there's one coming from the center. They're basically left, center, and right. So
I'll
the
take
Mitch is
center.
okay. So that's the one that's coming pretty much up the driveway.
Yep.
And this one is kind of coming through this little scrub brush
Okay.
towards Gabe's car. So you're taking center.
Yeah.
Okay. Matt will go with you.
Okay.
And then you can essentially control Matt's character. So whatever you, I'm assuming he's just gonna smack it with his frying pan.
Hopefully. That's the intent.
And that leaves Gabe. So there's Mitch is going to the left for one zombie. Colin and Matt are going up the center to the one zombie. There's still one zombie approaching from the right.
That's on the other side of the car from me, right?
Yes, it's coming from the passenger side of your door at about a 45-degree angle. It is currently... I love this tool. It's about 70 feet away. So at a shuffle, it's going to take a while for it to get to you. All of them are... It's going to take some time for them to get to you. They're shuffling. They don't really have the agility of the fast ones. They're literally like your stereotypical zombie. And that's 28 days later, sprinting freaking Olympic zombies.
I'll go to the left with Mitch because that'll put the most distance objects between us and the last one.
Okay.
Cool.
So you curve around with Mitch. All right, so that leaves you two. So do you want to exit the building? I'm not going to force you to, but in this turn, you essentially could clear the steps and exit the front door together and be within.
We would be right in behind that front zombie, though, right?
It is. So the Jeep is literally as close to the front door as possible. It is on the other side of the Jeep. So from the front door to the clicky. Front door to the zombie. Why are you not clicking? You're about 30 feet. It couldn't reach you in one turn. So it is being engaged also by Colin and by Matt on the other side.
Oh, so they walked up to it then.
They're going
Tentatively.
They're going towards it.
Okay, so
these are the slow ones. Like you saw those guys turn the other one into road based. Or rather, you heard the crunch.
Yeah.
You don't see that when you don't hear any screaming.
Okay.
You see like the.
Did you roll really bad for it, by the way? Or?
I barely failed its athletics check. It was gonna jump up and like attack the windshield, and I failed by 2. So it just fucking smoked the front grille of your car. And Gabe did really well on his drive check.
Yeah, I did. Woo! Yeah.
So I know that's Mitch's vehicle.
Well, you haven't seen the vehicles yet. Chris did.
Oh, well.
He said there's vehicles. You didn't look out the window.
Oh, then I would look down at the downstairs window and see who's out there.
You see, and from your vantage point, you see.
You definitely see
Mitch.
Matt.
Yeah,
If Matt's going up the.
you see
definitely
Matt
see him
for sure.
with some weird guy.
It's Matt, some random person.
She knows
Yeah,
me at this point. Because she saw me the one time over Skype.
In
But with
June?
my memory,
No, April. Or sorry, January, February, one of those months when I was Skyping in from Arizona.
Okay, so yeah, you would recognize
at least
Matt.
one person.
You recognize Matt for sure, and you're like, kind of recognize that other guy.
Well, with my memory,
But you recognize Matt for sure.
That Matt looks ridiculous in his fireman's outfit.
Fireman's outfit, but
That's
still has a
probably-
Hello Kitty backpack.
fireman's outfit's probably
what,
2 sizes
what I would
too
like to
big.
do is just I would just open the door kind of quietly and basically wait until they approach the zombie before I go up to approach the zombie.
Okay.
Basically.
Sounds good. Alright, so that is everyone's turn. Now it is the zombies.
And I have my orange stuff.
So the one on the left is going to approach. It's going to clear about half the distance to you.
Okay.
The one going up the center. Other set sheet. It is just going to keep going straight. It's going to, again, clears about half the distance between Colin and Matt. And the one on the right is just going to keep going for Colin and Matt because they're the closest threat. So now it's back to the top of the order with everybody.
How far did you say they are from me and Matt?
So currently, were you all moving towards them?
Yeah.
At a cautious pace, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So again, you parked here. They started off about 72 feet from you. So let's say you move forward 20 feet. They move forward about 30 feet. You've still got about 20 feet between you. So you could move to them and engage them in this round. Everybody can move to their target and engage in this round.
Me and Matt will move up and engage.
Okay. So go ahead.
Yeah. So I'm gonna roll my attack.
So it's gonna be fight. assuming?
Actually, I am going to burn a sigil.
Are you going to use that sigil? Are you going to aim?
No.
Okay. So it's going to be.
And can I attack with both my weapons or no?
It's all narrative.
Alright, fine. My hatchet.
Okay.
So might, so plus 25. So
Might or fight?
Fight.
Okay.
Might is like
That's
strength.
right, yeah.
So
So
fight
plus 25 is 57. 56.
Nice.
So you passed. Now it is
So
going.
65.
65,
It is-
so that's right arm.
It is going to
Try and dodge.
try
Yeah.
not dodge because I learned that the hard way.
Should totally try and dodge.
He does have to get within a margin of 1, though.
Well, that is not good for the zombie.
Did he crit fail?
No,
Ah.
but it did overshoot by 45.
Optimal time.
So whatever damage you do is plus 45.
That's over 100 then.
Wait, damage is it's my
So
weapon.
to what?
Plus the 55.
56.
So-
56. Plus the hatchet, which is 20.
So that's 76 plus 45. Yeah, over 100.
What was the hit location? What did you
Right
roll?
arm. I hack its right arm off.
Yeah. So it's coming at you, and it's outstretched, standard zombie fashion. The right arm.
It's now a right stump.
You're right-handed, right?
Huh?
You're right-handed.
Yes.
So it's coming towards you, and you plant your right foot forward, and you haul back, and you go in for a strike. And like you're not really aiming; you just want to kind of bat it away from you, and you cleave into the right arm, and you feel like you just like if you're chopping wood, you don't go straight; you go to angle.
Yep.
And you feel it cleave down. The hatchets are made for splitting wood.
Yep.
And you feel it cleave easily, skim through flesh and sinew, and you feel it chop down into the bone. It doesn't cleave clean through, but when you pull the hatchet back,
I ain't pulling back. I'm following through.
let's say the right arm falls limp, and you see it just dangling. The left arm is still outstretching, it's still coming towards you, but the right arm is just dangling loose at its side, blood pooling down the ruined but the ruined right arm. And
So-
then
Matt's up.
Matt will go.
Question: They took the one out that was in the center, right?
They're engaging the one in the center, yes.
Okay.
So Matt will, seeing this, he will come around you to your right side, and he will take an aimed swing. He's gonna just aim for the head with the cast iron frying pan. Keep burying his character sheet in my thing. There it is. So fight. He's going to use a sigil. So his fight is 34. So that's going to beef up to 59 plus 5 for flanking. So this is 64 minus 10 for aiming. So 54. And he rolled a 29. So reverse that as a 92. That is a hit to the right leg. Is an aimed. So he can shift that 34.
Could he get to the left arm with that?
92 minus 34 would be 58 at most.
Yes.
So right arm again,
There's nothing there.
because that's hit location destroyed. Now, if in combat you hit the same thing that's already a location destroyed, it flows to the next thing.
Torso.
Which would be torso.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Which makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah. But he could, but he would probably go for the leg.
Okay.
Because he went around to the Colin's right, so he would swing for the leg. He'd actually go for the knee. So he rolled a
sideways.
He rolled a 29. So it's gonna be 29 damage plus
the cast iron.
Cast iron skill, which we said was
Medium.
Medium.
So
This is
20.
fucking heavy.
Yeah. So it's 29.
So 49.
49 damage.
Is it gonna roll to fight?
It already did. It already did versus
Oh,
him.
you can only do one.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So it's like an attack of opportunity, basically.
More or less. It already did versus
A
him.
defensive opportunity.
It has a reaction.
Yeah, pretty much. That's how I treat it. 'Cause
So-
it would be weird if it just kept to get flailing over and over.
So a significant one to the right leg.
Yeah, significant wound to the right leg. So it's going to take a penalty to move and
Movement.
dodge, things like that. So Matt, seeing you rush forward and cleave into this thing's arm, he flows around to the right side, plants his left foot, and swings low, trying to take its feet out from underneath it. And you hear, and like you two even from the door, hear this like whang noise of the cast iron skillet and the sickening crunch as the knee shoots to the left of this thing. It doesn't go down, but you hear this crunch of a kneecap kind of dislodging from where it's supposed to be.
Gross.
So that still leaves Mitch, Gabe, Dakota, and Chris. And again, you guys decide the order in which you go.
So what is the other zombie on the right side doing?
So
Your
zombie-
left.
So the zombie to the right, at the last time it had gone, was still making a beeline for the SUV. But now there's a closer stimuli. Was more. It's going to end up going for
The boys.
these guys, because they're drawn to
Sound.
sound, and you would assume smell from the sniffing.
Mm-hmm. I would probably just like ready my hatchet and then I don't know.
You could move and engage in this round. You're close enough.
I would.
And also the way combat works, you get a +5 for every friendly unit that's around the target. So right now, if you were to move in and engage, you get a +10 to the zombie.
To the center one.
To the one in the center.
I mean, I probably move towards the center one.
Okay. Do you want to move in and attack?
I guess.
All right, so you're gonna go if you use a sigil, it'll
Yeah.
raise your fight +25,
Yeah, no, I have to.
+10. So it's gonna be your fight +35 is what you're trying to roll at or under.
If you're using six.
So
Which are
together
you?
that, yeah,
So what's your current fight?
30.
So it'd be 65.
So I have to get below that.
Yes.
Yep.
As close to it as you can.
On or under would be the
No.
So you can use a sigil to re-roll. You would lose the +25. You still get the +10 for flanking.
Sure.
Okay.
So
now
now
it's
I'm
just a 40. Unless you want to spend another one again to put it back up to 65.
Nah.
Okay. So now you're just trying to get to 40 or below.
No. I'm not good at this.
So you come in
It's a
and
poor failure.
so you have both kind of been fortunate up to this point. You haven't had to really engage these things. Like you've been ready for it, but you were able to kind of get out of dodge before you really had to do anything. You both kind of read the writing on the wall, knowing what you know about zombies and whatnot, and how fast this shit can go south. You both just kind of scrambled before you had to deal with it. So seeing one up close and seeing Dakota, especially like seeing Matt and someone you know, and now that you're out here, off to the right, you see Mitch with a claymore,
For some reason.
wearing fireman outfit, Matt wearing fireman's gear.
Colin wearing some too.
Colin, like you see all this, and it's very weird, and you're so close, and at the last second, like, you're about to bring the hatchet in right to the back of the head of this thing, but like something inside of you, like this is a human being, like this is wrong, even though you know, like in your mind and heart of hearts, you know this is a zombie, like something just you pull back at the last second and you just miss by just like a millimeter, just miss.
Yeah, well, fair enough.
But you're close. So now, if you move in to engage, you get a +15 to your fight. If you move in to engage with your quarters staff, your
Thanks.
spirit.
So on the cheat sheet, I noticed that there's a charging melee attack modifier.
Yes. So you can charge, which gives you
+20.
20. So basically, you run forward and hit. So it gives you +20
Okay.
to your attack,
All right.
which would be plus the 15. So it would be +35 altogether to your attack.
Okay.
Plus a sigil, if you want to use it, would bring it up to +60.
60. So as long. All right. I'll go ahead and charge and attack the one that they're fighting. That's almost.
Are you going to use the sigil? I'm not prompting. I'm just
I know.
I don't keep track of them as long as you guys do.
Yeah. Let's see. So this is what 35. So 67. No. Bro, no.
So if you said right now without a sigil is 67, right?
Yeah.
So if you use a sigil and you hit, because the sigil is plus 25, so that would bring you to 167
Oh, that's right. It does extra damage as well.
plus 25, right?
Yes, 102.
102. So you get plus 2 damage to whatever you roll.
Okay.
And you cannot fail, so you just want to roll as high as
So it's a
possible.
quarterstaff and
Did you
lose.
say 67 plus 25?
Well, any
Yeah.
Yeah, so that'd go to 92.
Oh,
92.
I'm still bad at
I was gonna say
Never mind.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, wait.
math.
Okay, but then it also that would be increasing the amount of damage that I do. As
Yes, it would increase your damage potential and your potential to succeed.
Well. Well, yeah.
So you want to roll 90 if you use a sigil.
Go ahead.
Is that your last one?
No, I have 2 more. Okay. So this would be I would have 1 more left.
Okay.
Which is
So
why I was
you
like,
want to roll 92 or below,
So
but
we
you want
would
to roll as
we
high
would
as
consider
possible.
this as a medium weapon because it says a spear is a medium weapon and it's almost a spear.
yeah. All right.
And you rolled 84
Yeah. All right.
plus 20, so 104. So
So
well,
flip that.
48,
48 is hit location,
which is left arm.
left arm. This poor thing. So that is going to be hit location destroyed.
Okay. Or would I be able to shift
You
it? Or?
didn't aim.
You just
Oh,
pop it
that's
out of
true.
its
So aim-
socket
aim
and
takes a
dangles.
negative
That's true. Okay, my bad. Yeah. Okay.
you
So
get like right.
you
in the
charge
crevice.
in.
Uh,
I've never dismembered something with a staff before. This will be interesting to narrate.
And
It's not sharp.
so that's why I was just thinking, like, if he strikes it, it just snaps it straight out of the
kind what I'm going
socket.
for. So you run in with this thing, like you're charged with this thing cocked back, and you step in and just baseball swing this thing. And at the end, it's not sharp, but you've hacked away at it, and you catch it like right below
The joint?
Yeah, right below the joint, up in the shoulder socket. You hear this just sickening, this pop. Like if you ever snapped a solid branch in half, that noise, but through flesh. So there's that pop noise. And now there's kind of like Michonne with her like saddlebag zombies. It still has a mouth, but it ain't looking too great. So now it doesn't have a right arm to use or a left arm to use. It's still just kind of there. It can bite.
Like
but
this
that's
kind
about
of foobar too.
it. The leg's kind of fun too.
At least now it's a plus 20 to hit it.
True. So I have plus 20 to hit it. So you 4 have gone. So that still leaves us with Gabe and Mitch.
Alright. So with Claymore in hand, kind of, I want to actually, I was actually thinking of charging it.
And you can. So that's why I said you can close the distance and attack. So you can charge and attack.
Yeah, I'll charge in and kind of do like I want to do like the spin slash and just kind of like keep going to get behind it after I slash it.
So are you aiming or just hitting?
Wherever I hit.
So go ahead, give me
But being
fight
fancy.
plus 20.
Yeah.
Unless you're going to use a sigil.
I have one more, but I'll hold on to it because this puts me, plus 20 puts me at 73. rolled
Oh,
a-
71.
Yeah, 71. Oh, I thought that was a 77.
So 17 hit location is torso.
Mm-hmm.
You roll
And
a
71.
71 plus
plus
claim
20, so 91.
I think you
Alright.
just like destroyed its torso.
Yeah, that's location
Okay.
destroyed. So,
I like this. You want to do it or you want me to do it?
no, please.
Okay.
I'm interested to see how you do my spinning slash.
So you charge in. And this one's fresh. Like there's no attack. There's nothing. It's coming at you, arms are raised. And as you charge in, it like reaches up at you like this. And you are charging in and you duck underneath and come up with such momentum and force. You hit it just underneath the rib cage, like in the soft spot. And you don't feel any resistance as your claymore, which is a very heavy weapon, continues through. You feel a bit of resistance at the spine, but with your charge and your momentum and strength, it passes through that and keeps going out the other side. And the top half topples off of the zombie in true like Naruto fashion. It literally the top half topples off of the body, and you keep going through.
And Gabe's charging like, oh.
Well, it's,
Stomp on its head.
it plops on the ground,
He turns like a true ninja.
but from the ground, it's pawing at you, and snapping at you, and it starts to try and flip itself over onto its front. all the while its intestines are unspooling on the ground, and the blood and ooze and ichor are oozing out.
Legs
And
still take like a 2 or 3 steps before
and they crumple over and the bowels spill out this unearthly, ungodly smell that starts to punctuate the air.
We were just surrounded by burning chemicals, hair, and flesh. This honestly probably isn't that bad.
Why? This is like
I think
Bed
burning
Bath and
flesh
Beyond
over
candles.
feces. At least burning flesh
So-
smells like pork.
It is definitely not great, but it's still up.
Mm-hmm.
It's still a combatant at this point. So Gabe,
It's on the ground.
and you move around and you're close enough to it.
Mhm.
So Gabe, if you walk in and you wanna curb stomp this thing or hit it with your baseball bat,
That's
you
plus
have
45,
superior
right?
position and flanking, so it's plus 45. If you aim, it's negative 10. So you'd have fight plus 35 plus a sigil if you want. So I'm just giving you all the options. Basically, you have a cleaved in half zombie on the ground, still alive because his head hasn't taken any damage.
There's a stab too, so-
How would you?
You know,
All
if you
that-
stab it, if you stab it just right, you get
And
something
use a
attached
sigil.
to your sword.
So you're going to aim plus use a sigil, right?
Yes.
All right,
So
so it's
it's
going
plus
to be
55.
35 plus 25? Plus 60.
Oh, it's 45 plus.
Well, he's aiming.
Right.
So 45 minus 10 is 35, plus 25 is
So
60.
plus 60.
So it's your fight plus 60.
What's his fight?
So that would be 93.
Don't fuck it up.
I can't promise any of that.
94.
Yeah.
No, it's Gabe. He'll roll a 93. What'd you roll?
52.
So 52 reverse is 25.
But
That is hit location torso, but you can shift to the head. So you rolled a
Yep.
52, right?
Yeah.
52 plus metal aluminum baseball bat
So-
is...
It's a medium, so 20.
So you did 72 damage to the head, which is grievous. Not yet dead, but it's a grievous wound. So you go ahead.
It's got that nice aluminum dot too.
You're following closely behind Mitch as he runs forward, and you're not necessarily expecting him to cleave this thing in half. But as you see its upper torso hit the ground, you carefully step around the puddle of this thing, and you bring your baseball bat in a double overhead strike, and you hit it square in the forehead. And the impact with the ground, you feel the front end of the skull cave in. It doesn't go all the way in enough to like end it, but you do a crushing blow to this thing. Grievous wound to the head, obviously. And it's definitely not looking good. So you do it. Hold on a second. The party camera died.
No!
So 1 second, technical difficulties. Thank you, Windows. There we go, and we're back.
Woo! Yay!
Okay, so Gabe, good job on that. All right, now it is the Sandy's turn. All right, so the one to the right is going to come in and is going to make an attack on Matt. He's the closest character because he went around to the right on the zombie.
Oh, I thought this was the one in the center. I was like, after all this is...
No, this is the one coming from the right. This one's fresh. So it's come in, it's going to make an attack on Matt.
And this is where he dies because he's not here.
I hate to say it, but it does have a flanking ally.
Yeah, it does. So it's actually plus
Plus
5.
5.
Alright.
So Matt, at the last second, Matt is standing there, having just kind of smashed the kneecap into the zombie.
It's the backswing.
Yeah,
Then he
catches
goes
it
to
on the
put it
back
away.
swing, Three Stooges style. So you are facing the zombie, and you see this thing coming because you're kind of in the thick of things before you can say anything.
Just
Matt-
got lucky.
Matt turns and sees us and ducks at the last second as this third zombie rakes a claw just past Matt's head.
It's the bottom of the skeleton.
The one on the ground is going to swipe I know it's still standing, but it's going to take a bite attack at Colin. This fight is facing you.
You were
No.
squared up with it, so
Don't worry, we can amputate.
it's probably got some minuses.
Phew.
For this, no, but nothing has happened to the head. That's the thing. When you take wounds to body parts, it affects the body part. But for narrative's sake, it does go to take a step towards you to bite, and it steps on the right leg, and at the last second, the knee is partially crushed and kind of gives out. So the bite, it actually clamps down. It misses your, like, it's coming right for you, but it misses, and you feel it bite down on the lapel of your fire jacket, and the teeth like slip off, and you hear them click together, and it kind of slumps against you, and push it back off of you, and it's now back surrounded by your group of people. The one on the ground is going to take a swipe at Gabe. Severe disadvantage. So for dodge, Gabe, dodge. So either dodge or fight, Gabe. We did a house rule. If you want to do a fight to damage, you'll do it like a -10, like an aim. Or if you just want to do a fight to swat the thing out of the way, it's the regular, just flat up fight. But because it's on the ground and cut in half, and it's flanked, it's being flanked by Mitch, you get a plus 45 to whatever you choose to roll. If I hit.
But it's got some minuses.
Okay.
It did hit. Well, it succeeded its roll. So now you choose whether you dodge or fight, and whether if you fight, whether you just do a regular swat it away or damage. It's just raking a claw at your leg.
Dodge is athletics, right?
Your dodge is athletics. Fight is fight. And if you want to do fight that damages, it's a fight roll -10. But
He has armor on, right, too? Gabe? You have your trench coat, right?
I do.
Okay. So if it does, it's got armor.
it'll get negated to a certain extent, depending on what he has.
25, I think, for the trench coat.
How does the
Yes.
trench coat gives 25 and my bunker gear gives me -50? Give me 15. And we can talk more later.
It was leather trench coat. So yours is more of like the Nomax gear.
Got it.
Yeah, but
So
our environment
are you
gear
going to
is
dodge
25.
or are you going to fight, Gabe?
For fight to damage, is it arm getting
That is
damaged?
10.
So whatever is, so basically it's swiping out at you. So yeah, your damage would do damage to the arm it's swiping at you with.
Yes.
That again, that's homebrew. I'm going to ask Rykon for clarification between sessions.
This is why you don't
But it's swiping it at you with its right arm.
I don't have the pants on right now.
I'll just do it to deflect.
Okay, so go ahead and just give me a fight plus 45.
You got this, brother.
That would be a success of 59.
You easily bat this thing's arm out of the way. It doesn't have the leverage to really lunge very well because it doesn't have legs or a belly button or intestines.
How can you fight without a belly button?
I know. That's
That is
like
the crucial body part that
Combat
leads to
101.
success in fighting.
that's why the Clone Wars all lost, because they don't have belly buttons. All the clones lost.
Because two.
And that is all the zombies. So it's back up to the player character's turns.
Finish this thing off, guys.
So who wants to go first? So you have the one on the right that's more or less fresh, hasn't been attacked. The one in the middle with no arms. And then you have the one that Mitch and Gabe are fighting that's just like the upper torso.
I think I'd want to go for the one that's still in the center of us.
Go for it.
Okay.
Are you gonna aim?
No, because either way, it's either 50 or 40. I'd rather have the 50.
7.
Okay.
So 7 reverse is 70, and that is
The left leg. Nope.
Right
Right, arm.
arm.
So
Right arm.
torso.
Okay.
torso. So you're gonna
Is
hit.
the torso destroyed?
It's
No.
about to be.
Okay.
Well, no, the wounds stack.
Okay.
So right now it's just 7 plus, so it's 27 damage
Mm-hmm.
if it tries to fight or dodge.
So because it's taken a
It's taken a grievous wound to the leg,
grievous wound to
and
the leg.
both arms are destroyed.
Yeah, so it has taken no wounds to the torso. And they have a constitution of 80, so they can take 3 significant wounds, 3 minor wounds, and 2 grievous wounds to the torso.
But at 27, this would be a minor wound.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So this is going to Would be minus 15. Fight.
Let me get you a little dice like tray.
I know, right? 15, so that is 23 for fight.
And she rolled. Oh, she rolled a 7.
Okay. So basically, it's hard to narrate this because it doesn't have arms.
It just like flails the
Well,
ones. The ones.
So, all right, so
Flails.
it actually kind of makes sense. So Colin, it went to bite Colin,
Mhm.
and it missed. So he shoved it off of him. And when you went to rear back with your hatchet, it stumbled back into you, and kind of you couldn't get a good swing down on it. So
Okay.
you kind of clip it with the handle and the shoulder blade.
I mean, fair enough.
Oh wait, did you take all your pluses for your flankings?
So
Yeah.
plus
Yeah.
20.
You did. Okay.
Like she succeeded, she just rolled a 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just making sure. Oh yeah, that's right.
Mhm.
So there's still everybody else.
I'll finish it off.
Please.
Hopefully.
Well, yeah,
So
it's
it's plus
10.
plus 20.
Plus 20, so that's 52. Nope. I'm gonna use a sigil
Okay.
and reroll. 8. So that would be an 80, which is a left,
Left
leg.
So
28
damage to the
28
left.
damage to the left leg.
Okay, so that is a minor wound to the left leg.
So as it backs up, you've already swung. And you
Yes.
swing low. And
This is
catch
just a
its
comedy
spine.
of errors. So for y'all's information, grappling, like if you were to grapple, it's basically an opposed might check. Grappling
you can
gives
do.
superior position. Superior position adds plus 40 to everybody else's roll, plus flanking.
Okay.
So there's not a lot of different combat mechanics, but there's a few that as you go along you kind of pick up on. So if you grapple, it's essentially an opposed might check, and it gives everyone else plus 40 to their attack because it's superior position. You have it grappled, like arms held behind you, can't really move type stuff.
Okay.
Not that I'm trying to tell you what to do. You can just swing for the fence, Bobby, if you want to.
Or you can
Yeah.
help Matt out.
I actually really want to help Matt out, so I'm gonna go and try and attack the other zombie then.
Okay.
Okay. So at this point, it would just.
So
be,
would you like me to
Is
try
it
to move
still
behind
plus
him?
5 or?
For this particular one, yeah, because there's no one else is engaged with it, even though it's close proximity. So it'd be fight plus 5,
Okay.
plus
And
whatever else if you want to add a sigil.
I will go ahead and add a sigil.
That's your last one, right?
That is my last
So
one.
plus 30.
And if you want to aim, like if you want to aim for the head, it's negative. If you want to aim for anything, it's negative 10. And aiming allows you to shift the hit location up to your entire fight check. Fight
Okay.
skill, sorry.
These odds. Okay.
Never tell me them.
Right. Okay.
Someone's like it's a game of chance in Las Vegas or something.
Alright, so
Oh my goodness. Okay. I will.
Are you aiming?
scruffy looking.
I'll just go ahead and use the sigil. I'm not
So
gonna
it puts
aim.
you at 62, right?
30, 60. Yeah. That is 39.
Okay, so 93 is right leg.
So 39 plus 20, so 59.
59 damage.
Another significant
It's
wound.
another significant wound to the right leg on this
Okay.
one. Actually,
Crack the
well,
same.
this one hasn't tried to dodge yet. So you did.
Oh, this is a
60.
new one.
This
Yeah.
is the fresh one.
Right.
So if I fail, you add the damage to it.
Okay.
Ooh. So you could do. So you're at 59 right now.
This one going to use fight.
Make it 69.
50. Son of a.
We really need.
I really do.
Do you want to use this?
Boy.
I really just want to be coordinated.
Like
Okay,
cracking?
I didn't pass. Well, I passed, but I didn't beat your score. So
Okay.
it takes the damage. I rolled a 13.
So it also has a significant to the right now.
So it's a significant wound to the right leg. So it's going to
Okay.
take penalties to like movement. And if it was trying to like Spartan kick you in the chest, it would take a penalty. Which would be really awesome to see a zombie do. Not gonna work.
Has enough coordination to do that?
Matt,
Now.
Matt, seeing you come in and crunch this thing in, is going to. He's actually going to try and wrap it up.
Okay.
Try and grapple.
As he should at his age.
You better have this thing. So it's an opposing might check. 1, 2, 1, 2.
What is an important might check actually? Okay.
So basically,
So-
Matt is going to roll his might. He's
Yeah.
going to use his
versus
sigil.
It's might.
Matt has
I'm
a
gonna
might
roll
of
it back.
34. He's going to sigil it so that gives him 59.
Okay.
I'm going to roll for Matt. Hopefully below 59. He rolls 73. So that didn't work. And I'm not going to waste another sigil. So he tries to go in. You see, you smack this thing in the leg, and Matt is like, I'm going to try and grab it. And he tries to like reach his way around, try to put like the half Nelson, and he reaches around.
But
tries
he's
to-
half the size of
Yeah.
the person.
And this is a full-grown adult, and Matt's Matt, so it doesn't really work. And the thing just, it doesn't like shove him away. It doesn't have that level of clarity about it, but it just kind of smacks at Matt, and Matt backs off a little bit and brings his cast iron skillet back up.
Okay.
That's when you use the cast iron skillet to like.
Gabe, do you want to go to finish this motherfucker off?
Guys, we're over here.
I'll do my best.
You still have a plus like 45.
Oh, I know.
Because remember, it's taking 1 Grievous to the head. It can take 2
Mm.
before it dies. So unless he does 81 damage plus in this attack.
Well, if his fight is what I think it is, then he's at 75 right now.
So you could.
I'm gonna use a sigil.
Nice. What does that put you at?
100.
So
Well,
you
what? It was
cannot.
exactly that. Roll high.
But I'm also gonna aim to make sure I hit the head.
Okay, so it's 90. Roll almost very high.
Roll 90 exactly.
You would too, that's the thing.
I wish I could, but I rolled an 83.
83?
Only an 83.
Oh no.
Only.
Plus-
It's still
plus
location
20.
destroyed.
So I can't beat it with a fight. So yeah, that's so Gabe, having brought the bat down the one time and feeling that like satisfying squidge of brain matter past skull, brings it back again, and you see him does a full windmill like all the way back around and just two-handed bring it right back down to the same spot. Ding. And you just hear like ding of an aluminum baseball bat. And he hits a little bit lower this time, but it's kind of the same weakened spot, like right on the bridge of the nose. And you see this whole thing's face just cave in, and the bat sinks 3 or 4 inches into this thing's brain cavity. And the arms that were outstretched at one point just drop, and it lays motionless on the ground.
Right.
I do like how you make it sound like I want to feel the squish of the brain again.
Satisfying squish.
Okay, so leaving just me, I'll give Gabe a happy nod and a deep breath. And can I reach the middle boy?
You're about 50 feet.
So no.
At a run, you could make it over there this time.
But not attack. My athletics is 40.
So let me again. We've looked this up a couple times in the past, but just to make sure.
Maybe
it's
bookmark it.
combat round. Search. So in a combat round. Or combat actions.
I know.
So combat actions.
It's taking a lot of
So you can walk in meters up to the first digit of
We
your
don't
athletic
have great
skill.
might.
You
Okay.
can run
Hi, yeah.
twice as far as you can walk, and sprint thrice as far. So you're
I'm at 40.
is the first digit of your. Sorry. You can sprint thrice or 3 times as far as you can walk. So you can walk in meters up to the first digit of your athletic skill.
Okay.
So you can walk 4 meters, which means you can sprint 12 meters. What's meters to feet?
Every meter is 3
3.3.
3 feet.
Okay, so you can go
That's enough.
I got it right here.
36 feet in 1 round. So
So I cannot reach it.
just shy.
Alright, then I will do that.
Okay, so you you give Gabe like an approving nod, like that'll do, pig, that'll do. And you sprint off towards the center cacophony of melee. And that is everybody?
Yeah, that's everybody.
So zombie.
Except for the zombies. Alright, so the one's dead, the other one is armless. And it is going to swipe. It's now facing.
It's gonna swipe its mouth.
Well, it's going to take a bite attack.
I think his back is still towards me.
Its back is towards you.
Colin's still in front of it.
It's going to take a bite attack at you, Dakota. But, because it's literally just going to be like, because its back's against you. But, because it's being flanked, you get those modifiers to your dodge or fight. So it's being flanked by, what, plus 20. So if it succeeds, I have to succeed minus the negatives. If I succeed, then you do your action plus 20.
So, I mean, is it still plus 20 since those two have moved to engage the other one?
True. It would still be plus 10.
Well, I don't think Matt moved, but I moved, right? Matt.
So
Matt
50.
turned
He
away.
turned to grapple it, so he's now grappling a different zombie.
Okay.
So that would just be plus 5 because it's just one ally.
Oh, yeah. Right.
True. If I succeed. If I don't succeed, you don't have to roll. So it's going to take that minus its negatives.
But you get a plus 5 euro if it succeeds.
Right. It does succeed. It does.
I think I just want to dodge.
Okay,
So
what's
dodge
your
is
athletics?
Dodge is athletics.
34.
Alright, so you'll add plus 5 to that, and you can use a sigil.
So it'd be 30, 39. If you want to use a sigil, it would bring it up to 59, 64.
I'm going to use a sigil.
Is that your last one?
No, I now have one more.
So 64.
No.
You can re-roll,
You can re-roll, but you do not get the sigil on the second.
and this is a bite.
Yeah, gonna have to use my last
So
sigil.
39 is what you want to get under. Hey!
With a 21.
It still bites you.
So they rolled a 31.
So I get bit.
Well, so 31 reverse is torso location. What do you have for gear? What are you wearing?
Apparently nothing.
No. So because we hadn't had a really chance to discuss your
Yeah.
gear, like what would you have put on?
Probably chain.
She was talking about the chainmail
See,
earlier.
because you did mention you did have some like Renfest type stuff.
Yeah.
Alright.
Would that be 30? Since that is metal ringed.
I would consider that as 30. Sturdy gives you
35.
25.
35.
35.
That's strong.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That'd be like plate now. Sturdy would be negative 25 armor, so you would still take 6. So you're still going to take...
That's a minor wound.
Yeah, you're still going to take a minor wound to the torso, but it's a bite. So for the first time in Zealand, Las Vegas, after the combat is done, we were going to have to deal with infection avoidance.
I have that.
Okay, welcome to the team. Alright, so this is how it goes. The zombie gets pushed back against you,
Thanks.
and you see everyone, you see Chris peel off to aid Matt.
Nothing.
And
You did stuff.
you have your hatchet was ready, and it kind of got pinned against you. And the zombie is kind of back against you and down a little bit because it's got a messed up knee. And it literally just turns your head and sinks its teeth in.
So it bites me in the boot. Got it.
Right here by the collarbone. But it's like through your clothes. So you feel the pinch and you feel the sting and the pressure. Like if you've ever been bit by an animal through your clothes, that like
I've been bitten, period.
yeah. So you don't know if it broke the skin. You just know that you just got bit. And you pull your hatchet back and you smack it in the skull and you push it off of you. And then you regain your composure.
Cool.
So you have a bite wound to your torso, which we will
Yeah.
deal with after the combat is finished.
Hope someone had some alcohol.
Bleach.
So that is
The drinking kind.
that one zombie. The other
Still
one,
bleach.
the other one is going to.
Bleach is not.
So Matt tried to grapple it. It
People
shook
do
him
it.
off. It's going to take a swipe at you.
Okay.
You'll get a +5 to dodge if it hits.
Okay.
It does have some negatives as well. I really am gonna feel bad if I kill both of the brand new players.
Yeah,
in my
right. I was
session.
just thinking
Like,
that.
sorry.
Sorry, try again.
After we pull some like stupid ass shit, you guys lose
Okay.
to shamblers.
It missed.
Okay.
So Matt, in his efforts to grapple it, managed to unbalance it enough that when it shoved him off and took a swipe at you, you see it, the hand coming for you, and you see it pass just like right by your face, and you've like in the last second you just smell this rot and decay just whiff past your face, and you just this overwhelming like nausea of whatever was underneath this thing's fingernails, like that, and you just know that was just inches away from raking across your exposed face. Lovely. So now we're back up to the player character's turn.
Okay.
So it is again, Mitch, you are within charging and attack distance. Gabe, you would have to move, then attack. So you take a turn to get there, a turn to attack. Everyone else is in base combat distance from this thing. So
Okay.
Matt is going to use his last sigil and go for a grapple
Okay.
on the one that's.
You said you're just gonna move up, Gabe?
Yeah.
All right. So it will make an opposing might check. It fails. So Matt, not wanting to give up, rocks in behind the thing because it swiped at you, and Matt took that opportunity to literally put it in a full Nelson. So he loops his arms underneath its arms, puts his hand behind its head, and steps back away from it, pushing all of his weight into the head. So it's now pinned back, head pushed forward. What that means mechanically is everyone that's attacking it gets a plus 40 for superior position. It will have to make a might check to get out on its next turn. So you get plus 40 to attack, plus flanking, then minus anything you want to use, like aim and stuff like that.
Okay. So then I'll go ahead and try to hit this thing in the head. I'll aim.
Okay, so you're going to do it's plus 30.
So plus
35 because Matt is engaging it.
Okay.
So Matt grappled the unhurt zombie, well, more or less unhurt zombie.
I have to get under 67.
Oh,
That is
nice.
55.
So 55 reverse is 55.
Oh, no way!
Left arm. So it's left arm right now, but you can adjust it up to your full fight score. So what is your full fight score?
My full fight score is 32.
So 55 minus 32 is
You can get it the torso.
23. So you can do a torso shot at best.
Okay, so then I guess I hit in the torso.
So it's 55 plus a quarterstaff, which is 20, so 75 damage to the torso.
Okay.
Close to location destroy. So it's a grievous wound to the torso.
Okay.
So you see Matt pinning this thing back, and you know it's not a spear yet. But you're like, damn it, I worked hard on this. And you rear back, and you put all your weight on it, and you just force this thing forward. And it does penetrate, but it's just blunt force trauma. You shove it in between a couple of the ribs, and you feel it. It probably goes like through a lung. And you feel it. You drive this thing 2 or 3, 4 inches into the chest cavity of the zombie. It doesn't seem to react.
Okay.
I mean, it should, but the zombie, and you pull it back out. So it will be taking negatives further to its attack roll, or if it gets an attack roll.
Okay.
But not bad. 75 damage to torso, not bad.
Okay.
Yeah, after being bit, I probably would have moved.
Manic?
Yeah.
Okay. So, seeing that it's backed up and you're I wanted to pretty much come in between. So it's Colin, zombie, Dakota, and then I'm just charging in, and I'll actually bring in the sword and I'll aim and charge.
Okay, so it's plus 20 minus 10, so it's plus 10. Plus 10 for flanking, so back to plus 20. Yay, math.
I'll be right back.
I used the last. He already did his turn. I used the last sigil.
Okay, so still plus 20.
7. So 90 with the so it'd be 7. So that's head.
So wait, what did you
I
roll?
rolled a 70.
Okay, so
So
reverse
like a
is 7,
7.
so it's already ahead.
Mm-hmm.
So
And
it's
that's
70 damage
90.
plus Claymore. So
pretty much it bites. The way I see it is that it bites and you've shoved it back, and if it goes to turn, I just want to drive straight through one side and through the other with the sword.
Yeah.
yeah. You see this thing bite down on your collarbone, and as soon as you shove it away with the back, like the hammer end of your hatchet, this massive. Claymores are usually like 3 or 4 inches across.
It's about that
right?
thick.
Yeah. It's pretty thick. Just comes in temple to temple. And it's
I just want to twist and like yank it down.
It's facing away from you because it went bite, and you push it away, and you see it back. The back of the head's facing you. You see just this comes in one side and goes out the other, and it twists, comes back out, and the thing just drops like a puppet with its strings cut. Right, it just crumples at your feet, and you're just like. And then you see Mitch just standing there like, I do this for a living.
Fucking
Apparently.
yeah.
So I have lost count, but I think you've killed at least 10 so far.
You've killed so many.
Him and Jesse were the Basher brothers. They were just like
the Bomber Brothers. Yeah, we were the house clearers to start.
Alright, so that
Makes sense.
That one is done. So the only one remaining standing is the one that Matt has grappled.
Which you have not gone yet.
You've
And
not
neither
gone
have
yet.
you.
Dakota has not gone yet.
Alright, so how far away is it?
It's
from me?
right there.
Right next
Yeah,
to
right
you.
next to you.
You can't get a,
If you had killed it, I would have just charged onto that one.
so you can't get a charge.
I can't either because
You couldn't get a charge. You have to be.
But moving in, it is now a plus 50.
It's grappled, so you could
50.
you could
Yeah.
aim. For
So
the
hang
head.
on. Fight plus plus 50, so that's 82.
If you aim, it's 72.
No. 39.
93, right leg again. You know, it's chopping that wood.
Hacking and whacking and slapping.
So it's 39 plus 20 is 59.
Chopping that meat.
59, so significant?
Is that to the right leg?
Yeah.
Where it already has taken one significant?
Yep.
Yeah. So that is
Do I have to kill
59,
this one too?
taking 2
Probably.
significant.
maybe.
So it's taking 2 significant
Wait till
moves
I
to the
get a
right
heavy
leg.
weapon.
Alright, Dakota, so you're up. You get plus 50.
Well,
to the
do I
attack.
get another 5? Because
Yeah.
he's now.
So you're
No,
plus
plus
55.
So I have to get an 85 or lower.
But if you do you have any sigils left?
No.
Nope. I think we've almost all burned.
So if
I have
you
one
if you
left.
aim, it's plus 75.
hmm
No,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus. So if you aim, it's plus 75 to whatever your skill is. What's your fight skill?
30.
So 75 plus 30 is 105.
Wait.
Hold on,
No,
dude.
no.
No,
The
75 is my thing.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say like
Yeah.
that's a lot of bonuses because it's plus 40 for being grappled, then plus how many for flanking?
I'm now 15. So
15. So
Plus
plus 55. So
Yeah.
30 plus 55 is 85.
hmm
If you aim, it's 75. That's where I was trying to go with that.
hmm
So if you aim, take an aim shot, you can adjust wherever you hit up to your full fight score. If you want to aim for the head or the torso or whatever.
I don't want to aim.
Okay, chop that
I
way.
don't blame you.
It'd be like the scene where you and Jesse were just mangling that woman at the bottom
16?
of
So 61, which is
Right
right
arm.
arm.
Try to wiggle that to left arm?
No.
You
No,
didn't aim.
no. No, right, sorry.
So
So,
16 plus 20 for the
Just 20.
hatchet.
yeah.
the stairs. So you're
36.
36 damage. I should just keep this thing out.
So that's it's taken a minor wound.
This is a
or-
significant wound to the right arm.
So it's a significant. Did it take a minor to the chest or a significant?
That was a grievous to the
Oh,
chest.
grievous?
And it's taken 2 significance to the left leg.
Right leg.
Right leg, right leg.
Hacking and whacking and slapping.
You're just torture porning this fucking zombie at this point.
There's no poor zombie.
Alright, so then it is the zombie's turn. It's going to try to break free from Matt's grapple.
Does it get a penalty because it's arm wound?
And leg.
In torso?
Yeah, basically yes. It has to pretty much...
Roll that.
No, not even. I mean... Kind of, but yes. Let me roll
Ah!
It actually did roll pretty well. Let me roll Matt's. No, he beat it. He actually, good job, Matt.
He's not even here.
Matt did awesome. He plays so good when he's not here.
Fires his first shotgun shot and
Grapples
bites
his
off
first zombie.
Yeah.
Killing it, man. You should just not be around. Love Matt. Alright, so the thing squirms and tries to. You see it just trying to like bite back over his shoulder. And Matt is just nope, 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 nope. And you see him kind of like redouble down. He plants his back left foot, and forces the thing forward. So it's still grappled. That was its turn. Now it's back at the top of the order.
Can I charge it?
Go ahead. It's either you or do you just want me to?
Nope.
I
No,
wanna-
you go last.
That's all I got.
Just in
Yeah,
case
you
you
finish
really
this if you
screw
want.
up.
Yes, last. After we hack and
After-
slash.
with-
Before
with
you
everybody,
roll,
that's
like, what are you doing? Are you aiming?
I will aim.
So it's going to be plus
So
plus 40
okay.
plus. How many of you are running now?
So there's.
So I'm not engaged yet.
Not yet. Neither is Gabe.
So mine was
it's plus
75.
15.
It's
So
plus 15.
Okay.
I was 70, so he's
it's
like
max.
60.
Okay, yeah, so that's 15. So okay,
So you're still plus.
45 altogether because I'm aiming, right?
So it's minus.
Right.
Yeah,
It's
it's-
55
yeah,
minus
yeah.
10, so 45, and then so I have to
Plus-
get a 77.
Oh, yeah, never mind. Yeah, I got it. I got it.
You're tired. I think it's like a 60, right?
Yeah, I have to. Okay, I have to get 77 and 11 because my fight is 32.
You one
Gosh
point away.
dang.
78.
Any sigils left?
No.
That is unfortunate.
All right.
So
Ready?
you
I'll go. I am gonna aim
basically
this.
you pull back and you go to jab at it again, and it's fighting with Matt, and it twists to the point where like you hit it, and it kind of catches its shirt and skitters off a rib. You see it kind of tears through the flesh along the edge because it's a bit of a jagged end of the pole,
Okay.
but it doesn't actually do any lasting harm.
Okay.
Okay, so 40 for spirit position and then 15 because there's 3 engaged, right?
Mhm.
Mm.
So 55. We'll make that 45 because I'm gonna aim.
Just saying, if I aim, I'm still at 103.
45, 77. So I have to get a 77 as well. I rolled a 22.
So
Yay.
it's reversed. It's a 22. Hit location torso,
Yep.
and you aimed so you can shift up to your entire fight skill.
So,
Do a head.
head.
32. Oh, I'm going for the head.
So it's 22 damage plus 20, which is 42 damage to the head.
Yep, 42 damage
Is
to the
that
head.
significant?
Minor?
Yes, it's a significant wound to the head.
Are you gonna try and dodge? Or
Oh, yeah.
fight?
I mean, it's grappled. Like,
I just want to do double that. I just want to add your failure to the, to the damage.
No, just watch. He passes.
Yeah, he does great.
I don't even know if it can, to be honest, because it's like
It's
negative 40 for being grappled. Its fight is 50, and the negatives far outweigh what it can actually roll. It literally can't.
Yeah, but it's not smart enough to think that, so it's a mindless creature.
No, it wouldn't. It was trying to squiggle free from Matt's thing.
so. I
I
guess
think-
I can
I
go.
think Dakota should get some revenge.
It's not the one that bit me. That one's already dead.
Before we have to shoot her in the head.
So mine is 70.
Huh?
Let's just go Highlander.
I have
There
a
can be only one.
Are you aiming?
41.
So 14 is torso.
Mhm.
Which already has one grievous wound to the torso. So 41 plus your hatchet.
61.
61 damage to the torso, which is another. That is another grievous wound to the torso, which is good because it can only take 0 more grievous wounds to the torso until the torso is dead.
So it's still
Then
the
you gotta
head.
still kill it in the brain.
Just drop it on the floor and start beating on it. Like that. This.
So Gabe,
Yep.
Oh yeah, there is still Gabe.
you could get a charge attack in, which gives you a plus 20 to start.
And then plus
if you
40.
still have most of your sigils, and plus
40.
20
20
more
for
because of flanking
flanking.
at this point.
Right now,
Plus
he's
4.
got plus 80.
You have plus 80 plus your fight.
So he literally cannot.
And then if you use a
fail.
sigil, all the extra damage over 100 gets to your attack damage.
Bring the sigil. Use a sigil there.
And he was like, nah.
Around the
What?
zombie.
Everybody.
Everyone but me. They're making me go last.
This is a combat bukkake. Like, all the people are around the zombie right now.
like I said, if I aim, I'm still at 103. So.
So that's
So you cannot.
Yeah, I
Fail.
can't miss.
So you have plus
This is why
25
I'm
for
going
flanking.
last.
You have plus 40 for superior position, which is plus 65. If you charge, it's another plus 20, so it's plus 85. If you sigil that, it's plus 110 plus your fight skill.
Do it.
So you can't fail. It's just
Do it.
pure damage at this point.
I'll use my sigil and aim.
Okay, so it's still.
100.
Because that still puts me at 130.
Yeah.
I'm not engaged yet, so it's 125.
Oh, sorry. It's only 125. So whatever damage you do plus 25
It's only 120.
to the wherever you aim.
It's because they have might. Fight. There we go. You bear hug for a living, so honestly, not surprised.
Wait, what? Is it 20?
What?
You have to
What changed
roll-
the number?
I'm not engaged.
4 people around beside me?
It's only minus 5. Like Mitch is not engaged because he's within charge distance. You literally got to be like 10 feet back just to get a running start and hit.
Okay. So you just have to roll below 125.
Which
He's
is
gonna roll like a 7.
physically.
You rolled a 1.
Right leg again.
That's what the aim's for.
Fair.
I think dead.
What'd you roll?
100.
You roll 100, which is a
Yeah.
1,
So
which in every other circumstance would be a critical failure because you literally can't fail. It'd be a 1, so you did 125 damage to the head.
plus his bat.
Plus, yeah, so 145 damage to the head.
It's dead.
All right.
Its head is grapefruited against the wall.
So Gabe has been overhanding these last few, but he feels like mixing it up a bit. So he comes in this time,
With an under?
kind of the same vein where you went from the side on the one that was fighting and bit Dakota.
Mm-hmm.
He comes in with like the kind of like, I don't know which animated, but they drag the sword along the ground and bring it up at the last second. Like 90% of animes, I guess.
Yep.
So he's doing that, and he's bringing the bat up, and he just brings it up and across, kind of in between Colin and the zombie, and you see this flash of aluminum. You hear like tink, but
And then
it sounds like a very light tink, but then just caves in right next to the eyeball, and you see this bat sink in. The eyeball pops outwards and just goes in until the bat is past the nose, just caved up into the zombie's brain. Like Gabe just torqued all of his weight and all his momentum into it. Just cleaves this bat into cleaved something with an aluminum baseball bat. That's the impressive part. Cleaved with a round bat. Cleaved bat. Not sword, bat. That's the impressive part.
He just pulled a Zaraki Kenpachi.
Yeah. And again,
wailed.
Stab the guy with the
this
Nice
thing, like when Pinocchio realizes he wasn't a real boy, just drops to the ground, and the combat is done.
So does he get a point for getting 100 since he physically couldn't hit his limit?
Sure. Take a free skill point to fight at the end of that game.
Oh.
If that
Well,
had
one
been
to
my
fight,
hit,
one to...
You would have gotten your skill point.
I also would have done like 115 damage.
Alright, so now, what type of wound did you take?
A minor bite to the chest.
So you took a minor wound. So the penalty for a minor wound is -5 to your roll for luck.
Okay.
So you need to roll your luck. You don't have any sigils left, right?
No. Can I
So-
use someone else's?
No. So it's luck -5. You have to roll at or below that. If you roll below it, you shake off the infection and you get a free skill point. If you fail it and it's to your torso, your choices are die or burn a sigil, which means you permanently lose one sigil.
Or
Become a zombie.
we make our fans wait to find out the fate of this.
I like where your head's at. So,
What?
First bite.
With
Terrible.
Matt here and everything.
as
That's terrible.
as the
Matt's gonna
noise,
see you die.
As we kill, we all just slowly turn to you.
which is true. So as the noise and the chaos of combat subsides, and the eerie silence of this new life, this new survival, this new world settles in once again, the adrenaline starts to slowly drain away from our survivors. Everyone checks themselves, looks for blood, and they look over and they see Dakota. And Dakota pulls her shirt down a little bit, and they see a ring, 2 perfect sets of teeth, and blood slowly trickling down from the wound. And that is where we're going to wrap up
I'm gonna
tonight's
bite you
episode.
first.
Let's be real here. If you start to turn, I'm shooting you. So.
Yeah, no.
We will find out in the next recording session. We'll do the rolls tonight, and I'm going to swear the group to secrecy, so no spoilers in Discord. We'll find out tonight the fate, but the rest of you will find out in the next episode. So tonight we're joined, hopefully not for the last time, by Dakota,
Oh, yes, hi.
Mitch, Chris,
Bye.
Colin,
Kill the potential zombie!
and Gabe.
I'm gonna bite you next.
As always, I'm RP Sarge. Don't forget to get out there, mash that like button in the brain with the frying pan.
Oh my
God! Share out our story.
I do not approve of this.
Help Zealand Las Vegas grow. And until the next time we meet, stay alive.